The words of the Constitution are unadulteratedly honorable. I'm telling you, I'm thinking about the words on that document right now, and I'm getting tingling feelings. And I think that when you think of government in America, I know that the overwhelming majority of Americans would agree with me that our government on any level is not protecting us. They are not doing what will benefit the whole, the majority. Why are we continuously living our lives in the manner in which they're dictating? Oh, you're a little confused. I beg your forgiveness. In case it's your first time here, this is Foundation for Elevation Station, based in the New Kingdom, Cleveland, Ohio. My name is Leon Meredith. And I don't come from an angle that many people have come from. When I say that our government is guiding us to live in ways that may benefit others, I really mean that they are forming partnerships with the banking systems, with hidden dark forces, with the pharmaceutical industries, with the food industry. It goes on and on with these secret handshakes. I think they call it lobbyists. They're giving money. They're giving position. They're giving contracts. They're giving leverage and resources to each other to do things that will hinder you, your life expectancy, your family legacy. They only wish to gain power for themselves. And unfortunately, shit runs downhill. Where it has many of us that are regular people in this great country. We are operating under two guises: crabs in the barrel mentality. Yeah, that's the shit that runs downhill. Oh, I gotta get mine. Oh, it don't matter. You don't want to get it. You ain't got nowhere. You lazy. I'm getting mine. See, they come up with these terms, and what I mean I mean what's being pumped into our society, because you can't imagine you can't imagine how deep this thing goes. If you don't even get into sci-fi movies, you wouldn't even think what I'm saying is feasible. You wouldn't think it's possible. Because when you see sci-fi movies, you're like, ah man, I'm going, I ain't with that. We live in a country where our government, where they work hand in hand with business people, medical industry, pharmaceutical industry, the food industry, and so on and so forth, to implement a way of life for us to live. And it's an overwhelming program that's put out there also, even that the higher ups must form their foundation from. So now, on our level, the regular people, we are being guided to continuously live our way of life the way that's dictated so others can feed off of us. And of course, they do this in slow increments. Listen up, listen. And I don't just mean with your ears. Feel me. Close your eyes and listen to this part. Listen. Close your eyes. Just Ride with me. I know probably after I'm gone, many people are going to listen to this and feel me. So I appreciate the future listeners. And if you're listening to this around, what's today? July 21st, 2024. I ask you to close your eyes and embody. You have the opportunity to move ahead of the curve or allow your children, grandchildren, or people in your community to feel this vibration. So it's you. You can regurgitate this. You can repackage this and give it. Because that I don't do this for the fame. Yeah, in the great words of Exhibit, I ain't in the rap game only for the money and the fame. I ain't with the paparazzi. What I'm saying, I hope your eyes are closed. People implement ways of life over the course of time in slow increments to instill a program into the computers that we are. You don't believe me? I'm gonna tell you one that's going on right now. See, it's I'm working with the Spirit of God within the program, within the script. Point blank, I am the voice that if people don't outwardly follow, people will actually know the truth. The truth is that people create various programs and systems of life for us to follow. We know, we see the school systems, how, the Rockefeller programming school system, that's what it is. I don't know if you guys are familiar with John D. Rockefeller, but he kind of revolutionized the school system in America, which basically was a programming us to fit in the different portions of society. It has good and bad all in there. But the truth is, it's not meant to elevate individuals. It's meant to mold individuals into a workforce so that people that are on other levels can pick from that workforce, can say, oh yeah, he's intelligent. Oh, she's great. And it goes that way for athletes, entertainers. If they feel like the people that are on the higher level than regular people, that they can use you or your idea to captivate more people so they can mold a way of life into a lot of regular people, they will pick you, pluck you, and use you in this manner. They will develop you. See, you gotta understand that we consecutively every day are being guided to live our lives in a certain manner that benefits others. Oh, I was saying an example, and it happens over time. They'd take a 20-year span and slowly guide the vibrational frequency of the people to a point that they want. And quite in fact, you can go all the way up the ladder. It's all about tuning the frequency of human beings to a certain frequency over a determined amount of time. To at that point, our frequency will be a certain frequency, and it can be used to produce something great. But I ain't gonna get into that on this one, because you ain't gonna hear it nowhere else. You ain't gonna hear, I don't care about what theologian, what activist, what um, Mason. You ain't gonna hear when I spill the whole truth. You ain't gonna hear nobody ain't gonna say it. They gonna fight against it. They gonna mouth just gonna be hanging. Even the greatest of them. But right now we talking about breaking the cycles of bondage, because that's really what it is. We you look at it and it's on a small microcosm when you think of the government and all the partnerships and backhanded deals and money they get from these companies to allow us to be led into eating foods that shorten our life. It's so many countries that don't sell a lot of food that we eat in America. They won't. They say, man, that stuff is killing people. But we supposed to be the greatest country in the world. They are allowing these people to sell us food that's killing us. And not some of it, or it's just a little bit of it. Man, it is what, 195 countries on this planet. Do you know that 60 of them will not accept anything with American pork in it? Why is that? Why is that? And don't get me wrong, I'm not putting pork out in front of there, because our chicken, in my opinion, is probably worse. Based on the way in which we prepare it, it multiplies the destructiveness to the human condition when we deep fry chicken. And then based on what it is and how it is, just, what's a strong enough word? I want to say terrible, but that ain't even strong enough. It's not strong enough. It is heinous to do it to ourselves, even when we have loving men like myself that spill it. I'm spilling it to our people. See, when just a side note, when I cook meat, during the course of my life, I cooked meat on a George Foreman grill. Now, a lot of oils and fats drip out of the meat. Most of it drips out of the meat during the cooking process. And chicken is one of the far worst, that has the most oil, the most nastiness. But if I deep fry that same chicken, all that's staying in the chicken. And not only that, it's getting more from the oil, that oil that we heated up to a certain temperature, and it's creating a chemical bomb. And then as it crisps the skin, that skin is turning into the same toxic chemicals as cigarette smoke. So if I fry a hot dog, if I fry some chicken, a piece of wing chicken, just one half, like one wing ding, just, you got the wing, it's bam, you break it and it's one piece. One piece or one hot dog is the same as one pack of cigarettes. So as we continuously give it to our children, every hot dog, every wing ding is the same chemical components as one pack of Newports. Straight up. When we crisp our food, this is what's going on. And we allowing this to keep getting like predicated in our television, movies, commercials, where we have the knowledge today to understand that what I just said, we changing the chemical makeup of what we call food, but it's not actually food, because it's doing a negative thing when it gets in our body mostly. So it's really, at the end of the day, technically not food. And our government is allowing people to market in a deceptive manner. And they say we have free will, which we do. But when you have thousands of years of knowledge on how to coerce, that's a hard word for me, coerce us out of our free will to lead us like the Pied Piper. He's like, I forget the noise, he just Pied Piper us out of our free will. It becomes unfair, satanic, witch-like. So much effort goes into all these companies that work with our government to outwit us, to trick us, to deceive us, to bamboozle us, to hoodwink us, if I might quote my man X. It is time that we leave the world behind, people. It's time for us to realize that sacrifice of leaving this world behind must happen now if we plan to enjoy our life for real. Because as they live this bondage out, remember, it's done slowly over increments. And right now, what's the sentiment? Oh, enjoy your best life. Just they putting so much precedence. And I'm gonna go about it here. Think where it's leading us. Think where it's leading us. It gotta be leading us somewhere. It's predicated everywhere. It's plastered everywhere. Enjoy your best life. Have fun. Think about where it's going. Oh, we just gonna ignore it, right? Keep having fun. I thank you for attending. I hope I encourage you to think a little harder. Foundation for Elevation. My name is Leon Meredith. Subscribe. I think I'm gonna throw this on InstaFace. Foundation for Elevation.